Yo boys, what's going on? It's your boy BurkCrown88 coming at you with a YouTube video, and today I want to talk about the close and almost, could have been, what could have been with EA, what could have been one of the best modes we had, and how they were so close in the hype of WILDCARD and how WILDCARD should have been. I don't think they should be doing some of these arcadey things with WILDCARD. I think they should step right into a third game mode that I think we all want to play. But let's get into it. Let's talk about WILDCARD, where I think WILDCARD should have gone or can still go. Like 26 is a different year, it's a different game. Why can't we make a small tweak to WILDCARD and set it in this direction? But let's go, guys. Let's talk about WILDCARD, where it needs to go, where it could have been, what it should have been, and if you guys think this is right. But I think this is the first video that I need to do on everything with NHL 26, where it needs to go, what it could have been, and the small changes that could help NHL 26 in the future. But let's get into it, guys. I hope you do enjoy it. The WILDCARD is simply going to be the first thing I talk about of many things, right? WILDCARD had a great chance for success. One, it gave you online, it gave you offline, it gave you a kind of short, quick system, but I think we need to get rid of that. I'll talk about that a little bit later. WILDCARD gave you rewards that you progressed through, right? You got all of these rewards. Every single thing on this list you got. It wasn't like if you get Hut Champs top 100, you don't get anything else, which we will talk about later. It was simply WILDCARD. Here's the list of things. As you go through it, you get every single thing. Kind of like what we're going to talk about. What I'm going to show you is why WILDCARD was close, but it just kind of missed. When WILDCARD was introduced, we seen it as a draft system, right? We thought WILDCARD, crazy things could happen. You take a draft pick and you make a team out of it, kind of like what we wanted with Draft Champs. Well, they did give us that, kind of. They let you draft a team or bring your cards over. I don't think bringing your cards over should have been an option. I think it should have just been Draft Champs. That way, your team doesn't mean anything, your cards don't mean anything, and whatever you earn in the future didn't mean anything earned in the past. If you're a new player, you're starting at an even playing ground with everyone else. And then it gave you the ability to change your power plays and all that stuff. But WILDCARD was a great concept. It was what we wanted. It was a draft-based system, but the salary cap kind of made it different, and adjusting your lineups with your own players kind of made it different, but at least it was quick. 2 goals, you're in, you're out. It's easy to get through, right? Online, offline, however you wanted to play it. But when it came to WILDCARD, the miss was it wasn't quite what we needed, right? Like, you could set your difficulty and stuff to get your points based on how you wanted to progress through the WILDCARD path, but I don't think that's the way they should have taken. I think the way they should have went, well, is simply this. Now, I'm not an expert in all Ultimate Teams. I'm just not, but I like to dabble in a little bit of everything. I don't play a ton of them. I don't play a ton of MLB. However, MLB has this, which is Battle Royale. So I like to dabble in all the Ultimate Teams just to see what people offer and see where Hut could possibly get better and kind of see what the community thinks about stuff like this. Battle Royale is simply something that Hut needs to adapt. It is what WILDCARD could have been. You see here, you go through, you're picking players to go against other people, and you're not getting to put cards in from your team. You're just picking at random. Why this is good is because this allows new players to battle experienced players, or to play against experienced players or players that have been playing all year, where it doesn't matter. You can come in, there's an area you can go, and you're on an even playing field with everybody else. And I think that's what WILDCARD should have been, an even playing field, because you don't really have a chance at WILDCARD if you're a new player. Sure, you could draft all this stuff, but you got people bringing in 99 overall cards and they're just walking all over you. I mean, it's WILDCARD, just have fun. But this is a great way to go through, draft a team, fill in each individual position in kind of the player type you want, and you have to pay to get into it, right? It's not free to get into, but we're going to get into that when we look at the rewards. This is the route that I think WILDCARD needs to go. WILDCARD already has the, progression. You get everything as you go, just like Battle Royale. As I finish my team here, you're going to see Battle Royale, when you look at the win streaks, it's simple, right? It's a very simple pattern. You go in, you see up in the top right, you have 0 losses out of X amount of wins, right? So I look here, and we've got earned packs, or a guaranteed pack, sorry. This pack I'm going to talk about when we go look at the store in buying packs. There's a reason this pack is in here as a guaranteed pack. which I think is a very nice touch, and we will touch on that. But you're going to see here, guaranteed pack, 2 wins, 5 wins, 8 wins, 10 wins, and obviously 10-0 flawless, which the 10-0 flawless would be you got 10 wins without losing anything. So I'm assuming you get 12 games in Battle Royale. Like I said, I'm not experienced with this, but it's also something that you can repeat over and over and over again, which is also needed in Hockey Ultimate Team. Stuff you can keep doing, rewards you can keep earning. But when it comes to the Battle Royale, in the packs that you earn, in the stuff that you earn, 80 to 84 is something to help out with sets. 85 to 86 is something to go in your team. And I'm sure this kind of stuff progresses. Like as the year goes on, these overalls get higher. But then not only do you have wins to go after, you also have multiplayer programs to go after, right? So the whole time you're playing Battle Royale, you can also win this additional stuff by doing missions or accomplishing things inside Battle Royale. So that is also another perk and something that I think NHL needs to adapt. It needs to give you a more broad, big list. I don't know, that was bad English. A bigger list of things to do to get rewards. So you see here, this is a 50 show pack, 50 packs. If you go into the store, you can buy 50 packs for 75,000 stubs. So that's a massive reward. And that's a pretty good one. And if you go through everything, you see these missions here where you got to go through this list of stuff to do with certain players or certain things to do. Like you're going to see home runs and hits or runs and home runs on the bottom of it. This is a list of stuff that helps you progress through it in multiplayer. Something that I think EA also needs to do. But we're going to stick to Battle Royale. We're going to stick to Wildcard. And we're going to stick to where EA needs to go with their wildcard to make it more engaging for the player base, because wildcard seems like a boring chore right now, where you get rewards. So the rewards aren't good enough. The game isn't enjoyable enough when it comes to wildcard. And I think it's because they just missed the mark when it comes to something like this. Battle Royale did it very well. You draft your entire team, you have X amount of games to get X amount of wins, and you get every single reward along the way, is what Hut Champs should have been, but we'll get there too. 1,500 coins to get in. Why is that crucial? Not only do you have the featured rewards, which you see you got 2 featured rewards, 292 overall players that you're chasing for. That's why you'd keep doing it over and over and over again. Maybe the first time you don't get what you need to get these players, the second or third time you do. And you just work your way through it. Those are the chase players. It's 1,500 coins to get in, 1,500 stubs, sorry, to get in. And why is that important? Because when you go into the packs, you're going to see that when I scroll all the way to the side here, you're going to see that the 1,500 stubs to get into Battle Royale is exactly what that pack costs you. And that's the guarantee you get. So you'd put a little stake in the game to get in, which gets people in, but it also gives you the pack of that same value. And then you can also see there, they've got the 75,000 coin pack for the 50 packs, sorry, for the 75,000 coins. That's your main chase. That's a pretty big chase getting 50 packs. I think that is somewhere we need to go. But enough with the MLB. We've talked about Battle Royale. We've talked about Wildcard. This is why Battle Royale is important. This right here. Teams are stacked. You go to squad battles. I mean, you can play at your own difficulty, your own pace, however you want to do, but squad battles kind of got, ruined with the way they did it this year. We will talk about squad battles in another video, but this is why. If you go online, if you want to be an online player, this team, if you're a new player, you have no chance. It is a uphill grind the entire way. It's going to discourage you from playing the game, and you've got nowhere to go. And then if you go to Wildcard, you still get to play, like, we can still play Wildcard where you get a handful of good cards, but I'm still getting 98 Nyes, 99 Sveshnikov with a bunch of other people on my team, and that is going to make it harder on the newer player as well. This is where Battle Royale or Draft Champs, however you want to call it, would have been awesome this year and could still be good next year. You get rid of Wildcard or you change it to be more of a Battle Royale style where you can get really good rewards and you're on an even playing field with the new and older players. Or even this, if as a player that's been around all year, you're sick of playing with this team, go get a couple of draft rounds into you, right? Go play with the new players, go check stuff out, how it could have been or should have been, essentially. Now, another thing is when we're looking here, we see all these packs right here, right? We see all these packs. How they could have done this is they could do Battle Royale to align with the current event, right? So it's double shift event. You enter Battle Royale, you get a small pack that maybe it guarantees you a couple of collectibles from Battle Royale or from double shift, right? So the double shift collectibles, you get 5 every day for logging in for free. Maybe you get 5 more collectibles as a guarantee just for playing the Battle Royale or the Draft Champs or the Wild Card or whatever they want to call it. That's your guaranteed reward. You pay 2,000 coins to get in. You get 5 collectibles no matter what, and then you get the packs and the stuff as you win more games and as you progress through the wild card. And then again, very crucial, it doesn't hard stop. Wild card, you have 12 games to get as many wins as you can. If you get 10 flawless, great, you get the chase card, which is what everyone wants. If you get 10, you have a chance at the chase card with the 2 losses or whatever, and as you work down, you still have the chance at the chase card, just the chance is smaller, and then you're guaranteeing yourself collectibles from the event, which is crucial. The collectibles from the event would be a big one because then you can go into sets, and when you're in sets, you can pick what you want out of that or help you build MSPs or whatnot just by playing the wildcard draft system. Now, this is something that I think they need to do. It's not going over and over and over again, but new players, it's great for. People that have been around all year, it keeps it fresh. And then stuff like this right here with the Hutverse, you could have just, you could have just done that. You could have just been like, hey, I know you guys aren't, getting after Hutverse, but if you go into Draft Champs, you play your games, you're guaranteed to get 1 Hutverse pack. Guys, I just wanted to talk slightly about wildcard and how I think wildcard is good, and it's great to have 3 different game modes. You got online, you got offline, you got Hut Champs, which is online, but Rivals and Hut Champs are kind of the same thing. No matter where you go, it's going to be kind of sweaty or grindy or repetitive or whatnot, and you've got to take in your God Squad to have a chance. Well, wildcard has a chance to be competitive with new players and players that have been around all year. It has them a chance to, give you a guaranteed reward like collectibles for the event, or like Hutverse that just dropped, it gives you that chance to give people a pack. So you buy into wildcard with 2,000 coins, and with those 2,000 coins, it guarantees you a pack from whatever event they got going on, and then rewards based on your wins, but it gives it an even playing field. And I think that is where it would be big for a lot of people. And then don't just think this as, well, I've grinded the game, why do we have to even out the playing field? Think of it as this as well. You've been grinding the game all year. You've grinded out your team. You've got your team there with your 8 team of the seasons, your 5 fantasy cards that you can't move from your lineup, your team of the years that you can't move from your lineup. And you're thinking, I just want to play a different game, and I just want to use different cards to change it up. This would have been a great way to do that. And still giving good rewards. That's the biggest thing. If you look at the BR version on MLB, the rewards are fantastic. And that's where it needs to be. And there needs to be a list of objectives to do, so you're not just going in and playing the game. You're also getting rewarded for getting shots, getting hits, getting blocks, getting goals, getting assists. A lot of stuff along the way while you're going through your Draft Champs journey throughout the week. You would have a week to do all those objectives to earn more rewards. I think that is how they need to go, guys. But you let me know in the comment section down below. I can't wait to see what you guys think. I think wildcard can stay just with a couple of tweaks, and I think they were really close to giving us what they wanted, but they just missed out. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Till next time, ciao, ciao.